Game 2 of the current series. If you've not yet seen Game 1, you might want to go watch that first. There'll be a link in the description as well as in a button on the video. Game 2 now in the third place determiner from IEM Sao Paulo. We have Liquid.Ret as our red Zerg at the 6 o'clock position on Terminus versus his opponent, Type.Real, our blue Protoss over in the 3 o'clock position. Now Ret took that last game in rather commanding fashion.
Yeah, he just had a mass roach that just crushed what Real had. Real spent a lot of the game trying a lot of shenanigans with Dark Templars and just not doing any damage. Literally getting 0 worker kills.
Yeah, averaging something on the order of half of a Zergling kill per Dark Templar.
Which is not a great rate. Real dropping a pylon down next to his natural. Or at the natural choke.
Yeah, then sending his probe out to scout the wrong way. Red's Overlord also scouting the wrong way, both of them heading northwest of their own bases. So once again, neither player looking particularly likely to cheese given these false scouting directions. Also, Red is the player who's up and he is the macro drone king. Never expect cheese from him. Probe now coming out, dropping the Forge, right, nope, canceling the Forge.
Yeah, both players just sort of gearing up for another macro game, kind of like the beginning of the last game.
Maybe he dropped the Forge again after all, starting to build kind of a wall outside of his natural. Ret has dropped a spawning pool first this time. But now there is a drone going out, and he has a large number of minerals lined up, so he's likely going for an expansion. Holding the drone back for a moment. He knows that the probe is out there, or he suspects it. Probe and drone end up crossing each other. Drone goes in and drops the hatchery unharassed.
Down.
So Real has seen that the spawning pool went down before the hatch, but now the probe is coming back out, and it sees the hatch has been dropped. Meanwhile, he has dropped his own Nexus at his natural. And has his probe sitting here next to what will presumably become a wall. Yep, drops a pylon, or drops a cannon next to the pylon.
First couple of Zerglings coming out. So they start chasing the scout probe.
Yep, the scout probe keeps going around the corners, gonna get caught that way. Oh, and he turns into the Zerglings. Oh, jukes them a little bit, now he's going back towards red space. Going down, checking the would-be third location. Now Ret's Overlord has arrived in Real's main. He sees the assimilators going down. He does not know yet about Real's expansion.
No, Queen shuts down the scouting probe that was getting chased by the Zerglings. Moving, showing up at the natural now.
Gateway just finishing up by the wall. Overlord just about to come in sight and see that Real has once again expanded early. Now Ret's reaction this game to seeing an early expansion from his opponent could differ a little bit. This is a somewhat less comfortable map for the Zerg to take a third on, since there are destructible rock debris blocking the would-be favored location. If he wants to go up to a third, he either has to go into the third stretching towards the middle, or go into one of the other base clusters.
Yep, upgrading to Lair in his main.
Zerglings queued up now, Zergling speed just about to finish up. Plus
one Zergling chasing a probe that's out in the middle of the map.
+1 ground weapons on the way for the Protoss, also chroning out warp gate research. Red is knocking down those destructible debris by his third. Current worker counts are tied 32 to 32. Real adding on a Stargate and 3 gateways. chronoing out of sentry. He's still on just 2 gas as his Stargate's finishing.
Infestation pit going down for Ret. It's kind of weird seeing a Zerg just get left completely alone like this.
Yeah, Real not going for the harass this game, after it failed entirely last game. More cannons being established out by Real's wall. There'll be 3 of them. +1 weapons just finishing up now. Warp Gate also about to finish.
First Void Ray is about halfway done.
Yep, Chronos being dropped on the Void Ray.
And Ret's third is hatch is on its way.
From the gateways into warp gates, and the first Void Ray just about to finish up. Q to go south right away. Overseer sees it almost as soon as it spawns. Overseer flying now over Real's base. Void Ray catches the third, starting to charge up on that third hatchery.
Yeah, Ret doesn't really have anything. A couple of spine crawlers in production now.
Also a couple of spores in production at the natural. I'm just letting that hatchery get harassed by this Void Ray.
Yep. Queen's on the way down.
A few Zealots coming in the front, but they get quickly surrounded by Zerglings and killed. Queen's now starting the Void Ray. There's a Phoenix here, 2 Phoenixes here. Queen's now getting lifted by the Phoenixes while the Void Ray tries to do some damage to them. Void Ray will get one of them, looks like. Yep. Now the other Queen's there. No more Graviton lifts to lift them up. Spore Crawlers are moving.
Spore coming in.
Yeah, both Spore Crawlers now rooting. The hatchery was not killed, or cancelled obviously, it is in the deep red though.
Yeah, and Phoenixes are on the map gaining energy, but they don't have enough energy to pick anything up, because they both just picked up the Queens and stood there.
Yep, he picked up both Queens when he only had the damage to kill 1 Queen while they're lifted. Thanks to only having the Void Ray doing damage.
Yeah.
Zealot's now knocking down the debris to take his own third.
Yeah.
Void Ray's shields are back and it is headed south once again.
Yep, the Phoenixes have the energy to do a lift each. Almost 2.
Yep, 4 Phoenixes going around killing some Overlords. Not quite. Oh, turning around to kill that Overlord. They stopped attacking just a little bit too early.
Yeah.
They just barely don't see Ret take his 4th here. They flew over just a bit too early. They saw the drone,
gets
but not
charged
the
up
hatchery.
on gas. It's now duking it out with the Queen here. Gonna have to retreat again.
The Void Ray's shield's gone. Plenty of Infestors and Queens here. Ready to
A
hold
lot
it
of
off.
Infestors. A good number of Spore Crawlers. Red's sort of been able to entrench his position against air at this point.
Meanwhile, back at home, Real producing an Immortal from one of his robotics facilities, and a Warp Prism from the other one.
Yep. His third is about 2/3 of the way done.
The Robo Bay just now finishing construction. Meanwhile, Ret getting Mutalisks, 12 on the way, also getting flyer attacks. Getting melee attacks level 2. Extended Thermal Lance on the way, and 2 Colossus on the way.
So Infestors catch a bunch of Voiders in the middle of the map with Fungals and Infested Terrans.
Or Phoenixes.
Yeah, Phoenixes.
Ooh, misses with a Fungal, but hits with the second one.
Yeah,
Oh, the Phoenix still gets away. That Phoenix had 3 Fungals spent on it, and it lived to tell the tale.
Yep, Red expanded to a 5th. At 7 o'clock.
And Red's up at 155 to Real's 114. More Chronos being dropped in the robotics facilities. First 2 Colossi come out, more queued up. Muta coming to the main mineral line, doing massive damage to the probes.
Yeah. Killing the stalkers as they get warped in.
A few stalkers warp in, now chasing the other stalkers away. Chasing the whole Protoss army away. Getting a few sentries. Killed a bunch of sentries. Phoenix has arrived to help try to fend these Mutas off. And a few more stalkers warp in. Muta's running away now. But they did a ton of damage.
Yeah, basically decimating the entire main mineral line.
They only actually killed 11 of the probes, but they did decent, just battle damage against combat units as well there. Catching, too few stalkers at a time and chasing the Protoss armies and simply trying to run away from them. Killed a good few sentries there. In fact,
Meanwhile, Red done a good job
sentries.
of massing up with more lings and infestors.
Muta's now coming around by the third. Catching a few more probes. There are stalkers here to try and get them to run away. Now the Colossi miscued and walk right into the Mutas. One of the Colossi goes down to the Mutas. That entire army apparently on a single attack command forward. Sloppy mistake costing that Colossi.
Yeah.
Now Ret's nearly maxed to 194 to Real's 137. Blink is just about to finish. Colossi still being double produced from the robo facilities and being chronoed.
Yep, more Void Rays just getting cleaned up by Mutas in the middle. Red's still sitting on 5 bases. Only 3 of which Real's aware of.
Muta's coming in towards the main once again. There's a cannon here, but they're going to kill that quickly. And now they're on the drones. Probes. Stalkers warping in, catch one stalker before it's finished warping. And there's not enough stalkers here to really hold Muta's back. Muta's just going to kill the stalkers. Meanwhile, armies engaging in the middle. A couple Colossi get caught out front, destroyed by Zerglings and Banelings trying to get us around. And Mortal and Colossi left behind and killed. The stalkers retreat. Lings still crushing forward. Oh, another stalker caught, or another Colossi caught out of position, killed by Zerglings. Just one more on the high ground. Zerglings starting to destroy the wall. They get the Forge, dropping infested Terrans behind the wall. Muta's trying to catch the last Colossus. Mutas do get the last Colossus. More infested Terrans coming in to reinforce the now mostly killed off Lings.
Yep, small army of infested Terrans pushing in here.
Yeah,
but
more
Zerglings falling back.
Yeah, more Lings storming across the map.
Yep.
Real's down at 108 to Ret's 154. Stalker's starting to blink forward, trying to avoid engaging the infested Terrans, going for the Mutas instead. Clean up the Mutas. Whole ton of Banelings morphing in right outside of Real's base. Real sees it, the Stalkers start moving back.
Yeah, 53 Banelings getting morphed in. That was just a rolling ball of... Oh man.
The rolling Baneling nuke moving in here. Stalkers blinking nicely to try and avoid it, but the Banelings go straight for the expansion Nexus. Nexus goes down. Now more Banelings into some of the Stalkers, catching a bunch of them. There's 17 Stalkers left and a Void Ray. More Zerglings streaming in here.
Goes down on 1 mining base versus Ret's 5. Or 4 mining.
Real GG's.
Yep.
Yep, down to just 1 mining base, and he knew Red had a bunch, and there was more Lings and just Zerg unit, just a massive Zerg.
Yeah, this is more than he could possibly deal with. Sort of a lot of awkward mistakes. The Colossi walking into Mutas.
A lot of Colossi mismanagement.
Air.
Getting left unsupported and caught in bad positions. Yep.
Yeah, going early air, and when he had the air reveal with 2 Void Ray, or with 1 Void Ray and 2 Phoenixes, he killed 1 Queen, and then after that, Red just had time to fortify his position against air and didn't really accomplish much the rest of the game. Felt a lot like the DTs from the first game.
Yeah, once again, failing to execute any effective harass. And I agree, that time it was because he revealed his air too early. He didn't quite have enough Phoenixes to lift and kill things.
Yeah.
Well, that puts Ret up 2-0. And onward to game 3.